for the new hospital in Brampton. So it was great to see. I know there's some legends out there, Cujo, Gary Roberts, among the guys who were out there as well. So it sounded like it was a pretty fun event.
It looked like a pretty fun event. I raised a lot of money too. I mean, so it takes a lot of money to build a hospital. So
I think it's like 2.8 billion. I think is what the goal is or that's how much they need to build the hospital. Not that they're expecting this event to pay for it all, but it's something that they've done a couple of years now, and good on Austin Matthews for as the captain. I think it's now part of his responsibility to do things like that, and even he came out and said himself he had to do a little media at the event, and he was asked, why'd you want to do it? I want to give back to the community, and as the captain, it's exactly what he should be doing. And of course, couple of beat writers weaseled their way in there. Our boy David Alter got his way into that media scrum, and he couldn't help but ask a question about Mitch Marner. Did you see that? He's at a charity event, and he's like, yeah, what's going on with Marner? How you feel about no Mitch Marner? Of course, David Alter had to get there.
I mean, Dave Alter's got some stories to write. He's got content to fill. And we need content too, so it's better that he goes and he asks the question rather than us being in it. I had to get considered.
I would have went. I would have went. We should have asked. We probably could have got credentials to it realistically if we would have asked. Maybe we should have.
Considering it was not a Leafs event, we probably could have. Next year. Yeah,
we'll keep an eye on things and we'll try and do it next year. But he did answer a question about Mitch Marner and his departure from the Toronto Maple Leafs and how he thinks the team will fare moving forward. Why don't we play the clip here and hear it right from the horse's mouth himself? Here's Austin Matthews at the event speaking on Mitch Marner's departure from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh man, yeah, right to it. We'll obviously miss him. He's a great friend, great teammate. That's kind of the business side of it. That's tough, but obviously wish him nothing but the best. We'll just keep it moving.
Now, was it David Alter that asked the question? It sounded like Terry Koshan.
Oh, maybe it was Terry. I was blaming Alter, but you're right. It was. I listened to it earlier. I listened to the whole scrum, and I know Alter was there, and he did ask a couple questions. Yeah. So maybe I was just mixing up who asked, but you're right. It did sound like Mustache Terry Koshan might have been the one to get the question in there, and Terry's a beauty, so it doesn't surprise me that he's the one who got right in there with the hard-hitting question. But, he gave a very diplomatic answer. Obviously, they're going to miss him. He's a good friend of mine, great teammate, but we got to move on. And ultimately, it's true. It's where the Maple Leafs are at right now, and they do have to move on. Life after Marner officially began when he was traded, 6 or so weeks ago. It's probably, 7 weeks now since that trade went down. So he said exactly what I expected to. But the conversation surrounding Austin Matthews right now is weird to me, Dave. I don't know if you're having these conversations with people, but I was at a card shop. I was at a trade night, and a bunch of Leaf fans there, and just hockey fans in general. We're all just shooting the breeze, talking shop, talking puck, and the slander that's being hurled around Austin Matthews right now, or at least it was in that room the other night, really, really shocked me. There was a guy out there that literally said Matthew needs Marner more than Marner needs Matthews. Like, talking about how Matthews might only score 30 goals and 70 points this year again, just like he did a season ago. I'm like, is this the sentiment around Leafs Nation, that without Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews is going to take a massive step back? Are you hearing some similar stuff, or am I just hanging around the wrong people?
No, we kind of had that conversation with Frank the other day, where can Austin Matthews have the same offensive output without Mitch Marner? And here's the thing. We have seen Austin Matthews play without Mitch Marner. Austin Matthews, I don't think, has ever really had that much of a dip. It's obviously with Marner, the production's at a great level, but we've seen the Leafs play Matthews with other players, and it's gone okay. Like, it's gone well. I remember that line was Bertuzzi, Matthews, and Domi. Worked out pretty good when he went on and scored 69 goals.
Yeah.
He didn't play with Marner that entire season. So I do think, I mean, people have just also, it's not even the Marner factor. It's also the injury. It's also the health. I can understand if you want to have the health question about Austin Matthews. Don't have the, is he still a good offensive producer? And you know what? I don't hope that conversation like continues, it festers, and Austin Matthews catches wind of it, because I kind of want to piss off Austin Matthews this year.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? You get a pissed off Austin Matthews who kind of takes things a little personal, right? The way that was a Michael Jordan, and I took that personally. So I hope he does hear it. You're right. I hope he hears it. I hope everyone talking about how they expect him and a big decline to come from him, because, you know, he wasn't the one who was making the magic. Apparently, a lot of Leaf fans believe that Marner was the guy who kind of led the charge on that top line over the course of the last couple of years. And don't get me wrong, like Marner is obviously a big part of the success that Austin Matthews has had. And I'm not saying that he's not going to miss him at all, but, you know, to an extent where people are literally thinking that this guy's going to be a 30-goal, 70-point guy. Like, that was literally the stat line that a guy told me yesterday. So, yeah, 30 goals, he won't score more than 70 points. But are you crazy? If this guy's healthy, he's still going to encroach and probably be right in the mix for the Rocket, 50-plus goals on the year, and probably end up with over a point per game. Like, Austin Matthews is still an incredible player. But it's interesting. It sounds as though, and this is the question that I want to ask you. Maybe we can get to this on the other side here. But is this a prove-it year for Austin Matthews, that he can drive a line and produce like a top 5 player in the world without an all-world winger passing him the puck and setting him up for those opportunities? Let's answer that question on the other side. You're listening to the Locked On Leafs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by Game Time. Have you ever decided last minute to head to the ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's a game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Price on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. The Blue Jays are buzzing. You're going to want to get down to the Dome to watch a couple of games. Make sure you check out Game Time and use the code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off that purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time